Welcome back everyone, and if you're just joining us, we are moving into the second hour of this endeavour, trying to find the remote control to the telly. You know, he's looked around most of the room, and it's just not looking promising for the boy. Located something here in front of the television, and oh, it doesn't seem to be the right remote. He knows that right away and puts it back down. Moving over to the coffee table, looking underneath, and not being very thorough at all, just kind of wiping his hand. That's probably gonna come back to haunt him in the future. You're right, you are. Now we're moving into the laptop bag. Not really sure how it would get in there, but who knows? With remote controls, they can pop up anywhere. Sliding his hand up and down the couch. Oh, so sensual. And he looks up on the shelf and nothing there. And he's going into the corner of the couch now, elbow deep. You know what that's like, Stewie, don't you? Oh, Jesus Christ, we were doing so well. And he's found a dirty sock and tosses it over. Still throwing like a little baby. Over to the far side of the couch now, moving that blanket, and we may have something here. Oh, and we have found the remote control. So perfect. He takes his seat, tries to turn it on, but he's having some difficulties. You know, he's pressed the button twice, it's not working. Figure it out, boy, it's the wrong remote. And he's realised it now, tossing that aside with some discern. And the hunt continues. Where to look next? Under the ottoman, apparently, and he finds yet another dirty soap. And he decides to just leave it where it is, basically saying, not my fucking problem. And he does have bigger issues at hand. Getting desperate now, looking in the case on the floor, and he manages to find a trumpet. Very confused, but taking a piece out, thinking, I'll just entertain myself, I don't need the telly after all. But changes his mind when he realises he doesn't know how to play the trumpet. To the other corner of the room with a trash bag placed right on the ground. And he manages to find a remote right there in the dock. It must have been upside down. You see, that's what you get for not being thorough and the button's still not working. How do you have so many remotes that don't fucking work? Well, maybe trying them both at the same time will have some magic. This isn't bloody Harry Potter, boy. Keep looking. And no magic here today, as you can see the frustration building, and he tosses both remotes aside. Trying to get creative now, looking up in the ceiling tiles for that remote control. Not really sure how it would get up there. Over to the second tile, and oh, looks like something fell down and spooked him. On to the third tile here, and putting his hand up there, hoping not to get bit by some sort of creature. And he puts his hand, and he manages to find a remote in the ceiling. How does it even get up there? But it doesn't have any battery, so that's going to do him no good, and he tosses it aside with the frustration building even more. Moving across, trying to consider his option. Is it even worth it anymore? And is that a fucking remote right on the ground this whole time? Apparently, Stewie, but no batteries in it. The player not happy with that at all. And he whips it across the room. Now that's how you throw a bloody remote. And patting himself down for one last desperate attempt into his pocket, he feels something, and he pulls out the remote. It was in his pocket the whole time. He presses the power button, and oh, the anticipation's killing me. Oh, and it turns on. The player so happy. You can see him rejoicing, pumping his fist to the ceiling. And a great victory here today. He's finally able to relax as he prepares to watch his favourite programmes. Thank you all so much for tuning in with Stuart Gregor. I'm Duncan Michaels for Everyday Play-by-Play. We'll see you again real soon.